Gentlemen, welcome back to the shop. Today's video is a bit different from my normal stuff. I've had the new truck for almost 70,000 kilometers now, and I realized that I never put a new toolkit in it. I sold the old one off with a toolkit, which was pretty stupid of mine. So let's go through it and pack the new tools that'll live under the new truck's backseat, and I'll tell you why I think it's necessary and what's necessary and why I choose what I choose. So I'm going to clean all of this up and let's start from the bottom up. Okay, so first up is the wheel spanner or lug nut spanner. I replaced mine with this setup. You can use the one that comes with your vehicle if you're driving a small vehicle or somewhere in Europe or something like that where you're really sitting with small cars. You can use just keep the one that gets issued with a car. If you drive a truck and you drive off-road or out on the farm or something like that, spend the money, you'll thank me later. So this is actually, I replaced my lug nut spanner with 3-pot 19mm tube socket. This is a 6-point impact socket. They didn't have normal tube sockets single, so I had to buy this one, but the price was the same. The tube socket was $95 at Ottendorf, which is our South Africa's Princess Auto in Canada, and who's the guys in the US. Nonetheless, not bad impact sockets. I've been using them for years and years and years. They are even stamped and they're not only printed on. So 19 tube socket for the lug nut. Then I've got a 5-inch extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5-inch extension. The extension was 55 Rand, which is just under $3. And then the 18-inch power bar was 195 Rand, which is just over $10. So in essence, you are basically in for $18 and you've got a decent wheel spanner. Guys, like I said, if you drive a truck out off of the normal asphalt, you will thank yourself later for this. This is a small price to pay. So this is the first item, a decent wheel spanner. Just make sure if you are towing that all the lug nuts are the same. The nice thing about this setup is if your trailer takes a different size nut, then you can just take an additional tube socket with and you'll be okay. Actually, in essence, I think on a trailer you won't even need a tube socket. You'll be okay with a normal socket, but that's then that which is even cheaper. But nonetheless, is what it is. That was the first item that I replaced when I bought the new truck. Next up is a tool bag. From the usual scumbag bags. I can't remember if this one came from AliExpress or Wish or Temu or one of those guys. Paid 100 Rand for it, which is $5. Yeah, just over $5. The quality is what it is, what you're getting for 400 Rand. So I think it'll do what I need to do. This is going to probably be under the truck seat for the next couple of years without ever taking it out, which is fine. I'd rather not take it out and leave it there and have it when I don't need it, or have it when I need it, than not having it when I need it. So this is the first one. Nice little tool roll, folds up nice and flat so it can fit under the seat and not run around and knock against everything. So let's get into this one. First thing I'll put in here is a set of screwdrivers. This is not the highest end screwdrivers, but it's not the cheapest either. All of this is probably made in China somewhere. Let's see, yeah, see, made in China. Can't get away from it. But these seem to be okay. It's a set of 6 screwdrivers. You've got 2 Phillips and 4 flats of the different sizes. Mostly what you'll be using on the side of the road is either flat wheel or an electrical issue. That's probably what'll be the biggest issues that you're going to sit with. A set of screwdrivers, you can do hose clamps with it, etc, etc. I won't go without it, so let's pack them in here. The cost of these screwdrivers were 107 Rand, which is just over $5. I think it's what, $5.07 at the current exchange rate. So call it $5. Yeah, no, $5.70. Call it $6. And you've got a set of screwdrivers. Something like that. I think so. It'll work something like that. I try and keep it that they all roll up in, let's call it an average thickness. But this one was actually go that way. So let's see. We'll flip them around if needs be. Set of 7-inch Stanley side cutters. I paid 195 Rand for it, which is, no, I paid 219. This was the expensive one. $11.66 was what I paid for it. I'm probably gonna chuck this one in here. Maybe take it out a little bit later on. And then a pair of needle nose pliers, 6-inch needle nose pliers, also the Stanley brand. 199 Rand, which is, well, basically also $6. $10.60. Also nice Stanley brand, so it should be good. I'm gonna chuck them in there. 8-inch adjustable range, crescent range, shifter like we call it in South Africa. For this one, paid 139 Rand, which is $7.40. This is indispensable. You can't go out without one of these. Next up, a pair of water pump pliers, 129 Rand, which is $6.78. There we go. 180mm vice grips, locking pliers, 103 Rand, which is $5.50, $5.49. And then I got this set of Allen keys for 159 Rand, $8.50, odd $8.50. I'm going to chuck this in the little bag here as well. Just make sure that it can still close. Then I picked up this set of combination spanners. It's also a top line brand. Everything gets made in China, so is what it is. It's a 12 piece, so it starts off at 8, going through 8mm, 9mm, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, and a 22. That's basically all you, well, the most that you'll need working on your car. And they've got a nice satin finish on them, so we'll see how it goes. Let's get them in here as well. Here we go. Alright, gents, I rearranged a little bit here. Side cutter and needle nose on this side. Next thing I'm putting in my tool roll is a roll of insulation tape. You'll definitely use that when working on your trailer's wiring, because for some other reason trailer wiring is always a mess. And along with that, the next item that I'm definitely going to put in here is a little test light. Test light's 85 Rand. It's $4.53. This one will probably be one of the items that you will be more likely to use in this tool roll. So I'm going to chuck this one in here. And let's see what's up next. Okay, gents, so I had this in the back of my truck, underneath my truck seat, and I had to take it back out again. I had a trip in the meantime. So what I'm gonna add in the meantime is a hammer. The reason for the hammer being, normally when stuff goes pear-shaped on a trailer with bearing seizing, etc, 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 stuff do not really stay in their place. So hammer might come in handy. Sorry for that one, the little man's helping again. Then next up we're gonna go into this little pouch here. Previously we've put in the insulation tape, the line tester, the little circuit tester, and some Allen keys. To that we're gonna add a assortment of fuses and check the size that fits your vehicle. Make sure that it's the size that fits your vehicle. That will definitely somewhere along the line come in handy. Okay, so to that I'm going to add 2 meters of normal soft twin flex. This is a ripcord type thing. It's half square millimeter. It comes in handy when you are pulling someone else's trailer Ask me how I know. And then to that I am going to add some insulated terminals. Now for these you actually do need a crimping tool, but if you are paying attention to what you're doing, you can crimp them with the side cutter or the pair of pliers, whichever. They do come in handy as well, so you don't really need a crimping tool. This is for getting you out of trouble, guys. This is not for doing maintenance and doing work on someone else's kit, although this is for when you're stuck on the side of the road. Do you think we need a heat shrink? No, we're not going to put in heat shrink. We've got the electrical tape, and everything in this will have to be reworked afterwards when you get home. So if you heat shrink something together, you tend to think that it's done and sorted out. So there we go. And then lastly but not least, this should actually be the first one in, a bag of zip ties, a bag of cable ties. With that, I think this is going to be my standard bag of tools in my truck. I think I'll be able to do pretty much what I need to. Like I say, this is not working on your kit. This is not a mechanic set. This is getting you out of trouble. So let's roll it up and get it in the truck. Yeah. Aeroplane. Don't think this elastic's gonna last very long. So there we go. What else would I add? If you are a lady and not a man, I would definitely put in a canister of tire repair, this inflator and sealer stuff, just to get you out of trouble and get you to a place where you're not sitting at the side of the road. I would hate for my wife to sit on the side of the road. I wouldn't be able to handle it. This is actually the one that's fitting in her car. I haven't got one in my bakkie. Maybe I should put one in when she's driving it. Think about that. But other than that, I'm okay changing tires on the side of the road. I don't want her to be stuck on the side of the road. So I want to get her out of that situation as soon as possible. So I'm adding that. And then maybe not in my wife's car. Oh, maybe I'll put in a smaller set in her car. Pair of jumper cables. What if you're stuck with a dead battery along the road, or someone else is stuck with a dead battery without these? These came in handy multiple times in the past, so I'll be chucking them in there as well. Okay, so that'll be my emergency tool set in my vehicle. I've used most of this previously. I've had the need for it, so that's what I'm going to keep in there. Obviously, if you've different circumstances for different people. Okay, and then the last one is the tow rope. This is a normal 3-ton. I think it's a 3-ton tow rope. Yes, 3-ton. You do not need anything more than that for your normal day-to-day stuff. If you do off-roading and four-wheel driving, then get something decent. I think this one is, let me just see here. This one is rated 5 tons, so this one will actually go into the truck. This one will go into my wife's car. Although if you've got a bakkie, you can pull it with a 3-ton tow rope. Just don't expect magic off of it, and don't think you're going to go 300 kilometers off of it. So this one goes into my wife's car along with that one, and this one will go into my bakkie. And that will be my keep under the seat emergency kit for driving and everyday use. If there's anything that I missed, please leave it in the comments below. I'd like your comments in there and see what else you would add. With that, I'm going to call it and say thank you very much. If you've made it thus far, thanks for watching. As always, please ring the little bell, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much. And as always, stay safe.